to act upon one's convictions while others wait, to create a positive force in a world where cynics abound, to provide information to people when it wasn't available before. I dedicate the news channel for America, the cable news network.
Ted Turner was more than a media mogul. He was an environmentalist, a peace activist, a champion sailor, and a philanthropist, donating $1 billion to the United Nations over 10 years. Turner was married 3 times, including to actress and activist Jane Fonda. Ted Turner is survived by 5 children. For more on Ted Turner's life and legacy, let's bring in somebody who worked very closely with him, our very own Christiane. Christiane, it is good to see you. I'm sorry for the loss of someone who I know was a role model for you, who helped create the state of news today as we see it through an international lens. You were the international anchor. You wanted to be the foreign news reporter, and he told you, no, I don't like that name. It's international. The world is seen through an international lens. And it's crazy to think back that you started as a desk assistant in Atlanta in 1983. You recall delivering coffee and Twinkies, hearing rumors that Ted may actually not be able to make payroll that week. Here we are now, so many years, so many decades later. You have traveled the world reporting from war zones all over. I wonder how leaders around the world, how they viewed Ted.
Wow, Ted was always the most exceptional character, Biana. And today is a very sad day. It's a sad day for the CNN family, and I think it's a sad day for the world. But I also think it's an important day that we're able to remember this great, great man. Remember when giants strode the world, because he was a giant and there are very few of them now. He started CNN not just as a moneymaker for himself, not just a vanity project as the great American capitalist entrepreneur that he was, but really to make a difference in this world for good. And he really believed that us telling the stories of the world back to America and reflecting America back to the world was a great, great service. And he was right. And the word startup didn't exist then, and yet CNN was a startup. The word video on demand didn't exist then, and yet that is what CNN created. And it was the first, the absolute first, and most especially in television around the world, it was the first. So he broke down so many barriers, and he was, handsome and swashbuckling, and he was our commanding officer, and we said, yes, sir, and we followed him, not because we were afraid, not because there was any punishment or punitive measures, but because we believed in his vision, and we were all his willing, accomplices. And it was absolutely the best place to be as a young journalist. Who knew? It was chicken noodle news, you remember? And yet he made it. And yet he made it. And I remember all of us at the beginning, I don't think anybody had a graduate degree. We were all undergraduates, and we all said, hey, we'll go to CNN and we'll do our graduate studies on the job, and then we'll go to the big leagues if we can. Who knew that CNN was going to be the big of the biggest leagues? And today, I think what he created stands out most importantly, because he told us that we had to cover the world from all sides, no matter who liked what side. We were not activists for political agendas. We were just out-and-out news reporters. And yeah, he basically broke down the barrier using the word foreign. He said, no, you're no longer, this is not foreign news. You're not a foreign correspondent. This is an international news network, an international correspondent. It was a bit difficult to swallow, because I really would have liked to have been, Edward R. Murrow, great foreign correspondent. But, we were international correspondents. And I saw him many times. I worked for him, so I was not his friend in terms of, pally-pally. But towards the end, and especially after he was no longer in executive power, we did go and see him. Many, many CNNers went and trekked and did the pilgrimage, not just, because we thought it was our duty, but because we still wanted to hear what Ted had to say and what Ted thought. And one of the last times was the interview that you're going to play now. And he was clearly, much diminished, but as sharp as ever in his vision, in his engagement. And I hope you enjoy this last interview that we conducted.